try and get in the habit. We obviously don't have to now. But after the stream, if we can spend 10 minutes trying to think of what the next stream is going to be, it'll just make all the marketing stuff easier.
Episode 80. When episode 100 land? Yeah, I'm just wondering 20 weeks
20
from
weeks.
now.
I mean, this can run while we're going on. While we're doing our intro stuff. Yeah. No. This is just, if this can finish before we're ready, sweet. If not, then whatever.
Welcome to the channel, DCO. Today you have myself, Wiley, Barnaby, and James. And we have something fun in stock today, which is registering Nomad in Consul. So who wants to explain that deeper? Any volunteers?
It's kind of just a progression of what we were doing last Monday. We've got Consul up and running to an extent. We've got the server running on our poor little node that we looked at earlier. Since Consul is now running, it's sitting about 80%, 90% utilization. So we
still have quite a lot of our services running on it as well. Yeah.
We should maybe look at transitioning to a proper client server model, or at least offboard the Nomad client from it. But yeah, we're going to get Nomad to register in Consul. It's kind of the first step of us starting to use Consul. We can register things directly to Consul, but pretty much all of the workflows we're running are via Nomad. So once we get Nomad in, we can then start just having our jobs auto-register, which would be good. I say just. There was a little bit more work behind the scenes, and I guess we'll see how far we get with that today. But the first thing we need a client.
Yeah, so while I can share a screen, I realised I missed something, so I have to rerun the thing, so it's not going to finish anytime soon. I realised that we've not cut a new Packer image since we've done the work the last couple of weeks, or run Ansible on the new server. So it's not got the stuff we've done set up the console certs. So we currently only have one node. Hopefully, now this has got everything we need. It should run through nicely, and then we'll have two nodes. But we'll see. I suppose we can start talking about the steps after we have a working console server, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, it's the first thing is to get our servers happy. I can't remember if we're setting up. We're just setting it up as a single node quorum, as with the rest of our services, as to save money. But register the client, and then we may need to register a second one. I'm not entirely sure if we can use the server to register.
Yeah, it's whether we can hit. I think you can. It's just whether it's accessible. I suppose you can do multiple listeners for console. We have multiple listeners for console, so it's whether you can just hit one of those listeners internally and be happy.
Yeah, it doesn't listen on a different port, the agent. It listens on the same. So we'll give it a try, see what happens. But I think a little bit of me is worried we're just going to knock this server over, or it's just going to give up if we have to spin up even more services on it. But
we could just decide that we're going to move away from having our main server have clients on it and just not worry about putting a console agent on this box. They've gone through, we want a console agent because we want Nomad. The Nomad server we want to register, we probably want to register Vault, even though that may be a manual thing. We may want to deploy our own service file just to get Vault visible in console.
Yeah, I think it might just be essentially moving our application layer off the main server to just have it as an orchestration tool, or essentially our control plane, essentially.
Which I think, if I look at the project, we are. I mean, actually, yeah, we are. Wait, we've got DC1 and client 0. Oh no, main server factory doesn't do this. Yeah, this is our main one. We have traffic on this box. Everything else is just our run on every box tools. So actually, if we move traffic off, then we could turn the client off.
Yeah, I think that's probably, and if everything else is already there, the space we're using for traffic should fit neatly on that other box.
I imagine traffic is going
ingress.
traffic's going to need a lot more at some point. We've not really set up ingress traffic yet either. We just need to. I think we thought about it, but maybe proved it worked.
I think we have. Well, we have ingress, but I think it's because we expose the particular node that it's running on.
Yeah.
And so we'd need to expose if we move it to a different node, expose that node instead.
Yeah.
And then we'd have, you get a very circular dependency. If we only have one node exposed, like for stuff like Vault that runs on the main server, you then register that into traffic to make it publicly accessible. And that's going to be you kind of create an absolute nightmare of a day zero.
Well, so I am currently dealing with that problem. And that's where stuff like Cloudflare fixes that. Because you go externally, you have that circular dependency that if all goes well, the day zero fixes itself. For the manual kickstart, you can log in via Cloudflare, or you can change your DNS to just kind of kickstart it.
That's my notes from the other day. We were doing the flow with boundary and how you kind of get everything through one by one to get it up. Yeah.
I think kickstarting can have hand cranks. It just needs to be very well documented.
I guess there always has to be some kind of hand cranking to kickstarting, to getting a platform running.
That should be hard. We should have had 2 console nodes. So time to log into boxes and see what's happening. I'm so glad I made my username on this terminal the same as all these boxes. Not having to type in a username while SSHing is so nice. I know we could fix that. We could do that in Ansible as well. But
there's So you can set up like I used to have it on my very first client. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but there's like you can modify your SSH config to map that kind of thing in the background. And
so, yeah, that'd be quite nice. Right, system TTR status console. That doesn't look happy. Cool.
I wonder if it's not got the certs in time. But we have the system file set up to watch for them.
Auto config. I thought we turned off auto config. Okay. Multiple private IP addresses. This what happens if you turn on Nomad before console unlocks.
Yes.
So we need to have we got Nomad? Because Nomad has this problem as well.
You set your bind address to the server itself.
Oh no, it wouldn't be in client, it'd be in base. Nope. So no, we haven't done this. So I'm gonna have to servers. Yeah, this is all just maybe this. Oh no, the server binds. The client wouldn't have that problem. Nope, we just bind to IPv6. Okay, well that's fine. I can So
You can. There is a way to get the IP of an OData. It's been a while though.
there's also a way of doing it with Go templating, which may be like this way of doing it. Oh yeah, we could do it like this. Look at this Go template line that tells us how to get the IP address. Cool. Well, let's steal this code. Wait, that. Oh no, that's in So console.
Is console on IPv6 or IPv4?
IPv6.
Not that it's hard.
You can just change the 6 there. Oh no, this needs to be different because this is a client. This just binds to localized. This shouldn't bind to. This shouldn't be accessible from not this server, so we can just bind to localized.
It needs. I can't remember if console needs to talk to it. I can't remember which way the connections go. I think the server will reach out to clients occasionally.
But isn't that through a tunnel gRPC system?
Yes, but
I mean, I would be interested in setting it to localhost and seeing what happens.
yeah, give it a go.
I don't think this works. Maybe it does work. I have a feeling the auto config stuff doesn't work and we decided it wasn't worth it.
It, I think, worked very briefly and was a little janky, and I think we had problems with certs for it or something like that.
Yeah, we can see what happens once we've got bind address. I just need to work out the console bind address. So, docs.
So by default, it just binds to everything.
It tries to bind to one particular port, I think. Oh gosh.
You can have multiple. There's general parameters called addresses. This object allows setting bind addresses.
Yeah. Yes, it's like
you can set them for different ports. It's been a while. So you can have your DNS, your HTTP, your gRPC, HTTPS, and all of those.
yeah, it's the same as the Nomad server one by looks things. So it looks like it's this.
Yeah.
This is a client config I'm going to mess with.
Yeah.
We're going to bind to 4.
Don't have RPC, it's gRPC.
gRPC. HTTP, HTTPS, gRPC. And there's no stuff. So my assumption is how we can do this is actually gRPC, you do everything. And this would be...
You can just set client address, which will default to.
Oh, let's just do client address. Yeah.
Let me just find where that. Yeah, client address.
Defaults do client address. And then do we still keep gRPC public to the box's address?
Yeah. I have a feeling it might struggle, but we'll give it a go on this.
Yeah, I think now we've got the certs managed locally, we'll probably just do cert connection. Like actually move this to pull the agent certs. Do we know where that would be? How we set the client cert, the client connection cert?
We just, I don't know. We never did. We set it up. We need to do it the same way that we did it when Vault Agent the other day for the console server, but just give it a different role.
Well, no, because it'll.
Or are we giving console the CA? Now we're moving all the CA to Vault, so we just need to pull correct value cert from Vault for it.
Yeah. Because we've got agent, we've got this one which is generating a server. Oh, but this is generating a server and putting on any console box. Whereas actually we need to care what type of server, because this has got the common name server DC1 console. But this should be what client?
Yeah.
So we probably want to pass through variables can be overridden, can't we? So if I go client, because this way I can make it so it just goes type.dc1.console, and then when we run the role, we can just say if it's a server or client. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't know if we want to do a different way, but I think this is probably the laziest way of doing it. Because we could try and work out like what group it's in.
I feel like the role shouldn't rely on you having an inventory structured in a certain way. You should just pass some variables. And I guess if you wanted to have it on an inventory level, you'd set it in your inventory file.
So this is no longer needs to be base. Base needs to install and the agent needs to install. And then you need to go there and there, but you need to be before these two. And then I need to set vars type equals server and type equals client. Yeah, I mean, should work. I just want to check this first. Make sure we don't have to make a change to that at the same time. I feel like this is going to be one of the streams we've set out to do something and actually console wasn't ready, so I'm just going to spend the entire time messing with console.
Probably.
Oh, it's been so long since we touched console.
Yeah.
Oh, that should have worked.
Set up the first line.
Well, I mean, this is now running Nomad, which runs after console client.
The client just checks for a state restarted. I don't think we have. We wrote some health checks at the very beginning and then decided I haven't really used them since.
/con client config. So the client config and stuff should work now.
Yeah, what's the status? Is it up? Is it complaining?
I mean, if I journal, it's erroring. Oh, invalid config key advertise. It's advertisers, isn't it? This is, I think I could say this quite a lot. This is one of the issues I have with Ashy. Like,
Consul's got one of the better tools for it. I don't know if you can do Consul config validate and pass it a set of config files, and it'll tell you all of that before you even start it.
Yeah, it's it's addresses in Console, but it's advertisers in Nomad. Like, it's the same thing. Why isn't it called the same? Oh,
That's going well.
actually, look at the error.
Service.
And that's not useful information for us. So and then it restarted fine. Well, it didn't give me that error. But now it's saying, please configure one with bind or advertise.
Maybe set for bind address. Use the bind address instead of the client address.
Oh, yeah. Bind address. Okay.
Set that to the external one.
No, I think because addresses will override the bind address.
It says it'll override the client address. It's a little bit weird the way it interacts. Different addresses.
It's like the parts of Consul you're talking to. There we go. Now auto-config's failing, which is fine because we don't want to use auto-config anymore. So
yeah. Take that out and run it again.
Well, we're going to have to edit something. It's not. We're not giving it the cert that it needs for connection.
Yes. You're going to spin up update the Vault agent for that?
I have.
Is that going to be?
That's what the this change was.
Yeah. So then I guess will this run pull that through?
Yes. Yeah. The next one will put it through. We might as well edit the config file at the same time. Yeah. Now let's try and. I mean, let's give me the ways to see who can figure this bit out first. There we go. TLS. Oh, because it was also complaining about this was all deprecated.
I feel like Consul's config file changes a lot.
No, it's a lot of their docs still tell you to do it the old way. Like this is the correct way of doing it. And then some of it lives in here, some of it doesn't. Okay, CA lives within defaults. And then it's the verify host name doesn't, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. And then we want the CA file. I suppose we'll have this within the server, probably, won't we?
Yeah, you'll need the CA and cert file key file. You just need the defaults block because we shouldn't need to worry about external HTTPS.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we almost don't want external HTTPS. We want internal to be. So that is going to be client. Oh, that's a bad way of naming your node. Packer's not going to particularly like that.
What client?
Well, no, the host name, because the host name will be generated on runtime, on building the file time, not on. So this needs to be actually. Do we need to do node name?
Probably not.
Well, Doesn't tell me it's required.
We can always init script it if
Yeah.
if it is required.
These run commands that I've started making save so much time to like authenticate with Vault, pull out the token, pass it into the Ansible script. The only way I could make the script even more secure is revoking the token after transfer once.
I used to add a script that would background that sort of token life cycle stuff. Keep it, had like a 5-minute TTL, keep it alive until the main process exited, and then just stop renewing it. You had a leap brief window, but you could have 5 minutes where it lived afterwards. But I think the script took about an hour to run, so the portion of time it wasn't in use was pretty small.
Yeah, luckily our script doesn't take an hour to run. I also don't know at the moment what uses Vault anymore, because a lot of the stuff we've moved to being run either on the boxes later or using box identity. So we're probably not far off actually just being able to remove the Vault token.
Yeah, you could even get if the boxes have permissions to get their secrets from Vault, you could just get an Ansible play that generates the token using machine authentication.
Yeah, the only reason you wouldn't want to do that is if you wanted a secret at runtime, create time that doesn't get run, that the boxes don't have access to.
Yeah.
But then we're using Packer. If this all runs through Packer, you could, when Packer runs, you could attach a service account that has more access when it creates the image. And then, because I think at one point we were generating certs with Ansible via Vault, which we're not doing anymore.
Yeah, we baked them into the image for a while as well.
Yeah.
I think that was our first iteration.
Yeah, I because I'd never used Vault Agent before, I think I was very hesitant to say let's use Vault Agent, and how easy it was to set up. We really should have started using it earlier.
Yeah, it's useful for these kind of things where you have credentials templated in file or credentials in files.
It's also I need a way for that cred to be rotated every so often.
I think the last one expired, isn't it?
I mean, it should. The rotate CA should have.
Oh, sorry, no. Creds. I was thinking about the HCP creds that we received for to use the HCP.
Oh yeah. I don't know. There's some creds on the account, but they will probably get just ticked away from Packer and other like small things.
We're using Vault, so that as well.
Just Vault secrets and not
Vault
using
secrets.
a cluster.
Oh, fair.
Vault secrets are under the technically now we have 2 secret engines. We should be under the amount usage. I may actually need to see how that works. The fact we've got 5 secrets we can't use anymore, and just see if they can clean it up for me.
That would be quite funny. I wonder what the response will be.
Yeah.
When you get to first line support and they go, "Have you tried this?" And you go,
No, I need to. It's the walk up to someone in HashiConf and go, "I've got these Vault secrets I'm really struggling to delete. Can you help me?" Just see what they say.
Look at you with a funny way. Are you going to do it just wearing regular clothes, not any ambassador swag?
No, I'm more than happy to look like an ambassador while I'm. Tell you what. Should we do a status first?
See what errors. It's running.
It's running. Still talking about auto-config though.
do we?
No service successfully respond to auto config.
Why is it trying to auto config? Is it still in the config file not updating?
Oops. I don't know. Either that or the. Is that 3149? Yeah, this isn't the right journal file because this is talking about TLS defaults verify incoming being deprecated. Like we fixed that.
I guess give it a restart. Maybe even a reload system D.
There we go. Invalid config key. Advertise. Didn't change this one.
Addresses. Oh, that's annoying.
But the main reason why I did it there before main reason I needed to do the restart is I needed the certs to be erased correctly. So hopefully this time everything will be happy. Invalid config key. I have to address it. What? Invalid config key address. Oh, is it because it's a client?
Consul agent.
Oh no, it's addresses, not address. Oh,
You're also looking in the Nomad docs.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
That one. Addresses. Yeah. Progress? Question mark?
This doesn't look happy. Maybe run a validate against the config, and then it'll spit out what it doesn't like.
Well, no, that's the PEM file doesn't exist.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's only a CA there.
It's worth checking the logs of the Vault agent.
Yeah.
Or we could, you can modify the template so it will error if it can't find a secret instead of just putting no files.
Could not specify request TTL will result not after delivering encrypted. Oh. CA cert expires 15th, which is tomorrow. So this is the problem. So this is our CA reset happening on Tuesday. Because this has a TTL length of 24 hours.
Oh, and it's going to expire at 23.
And it's going to expire. Yeah, it is. We're like
just under.
Well, no, it's an hour out. That's 18.
Yeah, but considering that
50 minutes.
That certificate lives for a week. That's a bit unfortunate. you want to just pop into the server and we can trigger the cron to rotate
Yeah,
it?
that's what I was thinking.
Maybe put the life in it to be 9 days. So we have a 2-day window for doing day certs.
I actually don't.
You can just run the script.
Yes. That's in Vault? Yeah. Oh, no, this is the old script. Because that requires OIDC.
How did we leave the new script? I guess I open the cron tab and have a look.
Is this con tab?
I think so. -L normally.
Oh, there we go. That is the script we're telling it to run. I thought we changed this.
Clearly not, because it should be GCP, right?
Yeah, and that should also be 25, not 24.
No, it's times 8.
Oh, times 8, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Did we not update it in the answer one and then run it against the server?
That would be quite funny. This is in
Vault somewhere. Cool Vault.
No, the script is in one of the roles.
Be Consul probably? Consul server?
But it adds it to the...
It's one of these things that live kind of across.
It is Vault. We load in... That's so weird. So that should be GCP. And the GCP path is...
Is it called GCP?
Reboot.
We also need to give it a role, I think. Oh.
It's called GCP.
I had a fun message when I was looking to Vault. I had the big message coming like, Vault is sealed. It's like, fun.
Here we go. You might put it somewhere.
Oh, you've just left it in temp.
This is in, yeah, temp directory.
There's an example of one of the in the Vault training for the academy where they talk about the unsealed keys and stuff like that, and how someone had sealed a cluster and they didn't know where the keys were in it. They got back the old laptop of the admin that had set it up at the time, and they managed to find them in his notepad.
That company must have both been very glad and livid about what happened.
He'd left, I think, a length of time before. So, yeah. It's one of those things like you're furious that it happened, but you're also so relieved that your cluster isn't permanently sealed.
I think...
What would have been the solution to that then? Because
what if you use the keys?
No, we were thinking about each individually having a key at some point, right?
That's what you should do.
Yeah,
you should have multiple people that know their keys and have a reasonable,
but
easily reachable.
Yeah, the problem I was saying that is that obviously, if you had kept it in a secure way, like in one password, they would have never been able to recover it.
One engineer shouldn't have all your recovery keys. They should be handed out to management, and at the point where someone leaves, one of those key officers leave.
Yeah.
Part of that process should be rolling their keys to someone else.
You cut a new set and give everyone new keys.
Yeah.
So,
Or what some companies do is they take all their keys, put them in another secret management solution, have that bound to AD access, and then give people access to AD. Give people access via AD. If you want to be more convoluted than maybe you should be.
You should still rotate them when someone leaves, though, because they have, in theory, had access to that bit of very sensitive information.
Unless you don't give them access, you only have access when you request it, and any time that someone's requested the key, you then do rotate once the keys are done.
That is bold to trust that an automatic access request is going to go through in a disaster recovery.
We'll say automated. Someone can still be manual, but yeah, some companies do some weird stuff.
I quite like the concept of you print them all out and just store them in a safe somewhere.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like, as long as you deal with the fact if anyone's eyes are on them or anyone uses them, you rotate them. There's no if you have it in a really secure safe, you could just have one key, because the ability to get into the safe is the hard part.
Yes.
The reason why we will do 3 keys is we don't trust each other. Sorry, we shouldn't trust each other.
Just say it like it is, why don't you?
I, at some point, want to run a VS Code style thing. I want an encoder within the platform, and I want to be able to put like my GitHub SSH keys and other like passwords, like personal passwords into it. As much as I do trust you guys won't do anything bad at the moment with them, you never know when something is going to go wrong. It's a reason to not trust each other. Reason why you shouldn't trust people.
It's kind of more removing unnecessary trust. If you can do it in a way which means you don't have to trust someone, you should. You shouldn't just not trust people because eventually you have to trust someone. You can't not trust anyone.
Yeah. You shouldn't really trust people with your passwords.
No.
Why not? What could go wrong?
You're going to share your email passwords with us then? Share your 1Password information with us. We'll keep it secure, I promise.
You can get like your first street address and first pet, mother's maiden name as well while you're at it. Social
you don't
security
need that
number.
Luckily for us, we don't have that.
Apparently, social security numbers aren't that secure because they're ordered sequentially.
They used to be.
Have they made them better now?
There is a year before that if you knew someone's hospital of birth or like region of birth, so you can kind of guess the hospital, you could pretty easily get their social security number. I think they're now slightly more secure. Do I have to restart the Vault agent to trigger a... Oh, it's still running through.
The answer should restart it automatically if it changes config.
No, I've not changed config. I've triggered the secrets.
There's a few things you can do to the agent to tell it how to handle failure. If it fails, if you don't do it, tell it anything, it will just template no secret found to file when it renders the template, so it won't see it as a failure.
Well, there we go. Export that. So now we should restart console. So it did what it should do, which is it kept trying. Oh, we even got a console restart. I don't know why I have a console restart. Oh, we got a console restart.
Oh, I guess is it up? Is it happy? How we doing?
It's running. Encryption
Yeah.
is configured, but vault state is not encrypted. What does that mean?
State is not encrypted.
Is that?
Is it trying to hit the wrong port, or are we not getting
No, that's the correct port.
Do we not have certificates set up for that?
Well, it could be the encryption keys wrong. It could be the boxes, because in base, well, this is another thing we probably need to move out over to Vault. Is God, this has just been setting up Consul now. Within our, actually, I think it's in base file. We got encrypt.
Yeah. Has it just taken the base value?
That one has. I don't know if the server's different.
I imagine the server is different. I'll check that one off cam.
So I don't know if we need to template, store this in a secret in Vault, and then
Template it in. Yeah.
or can we not use the GCP KMS stuff?
Could do. There's kind of one of the things if you're running the Vault agent on the box. We need to have a second one. Oh boy, logging into the main server is a slow process these days.
I suppose auto-encrypts is a way of fixing it.
I thought we wanted to try and move away from auto-encrypt.
No, it was auto-join was our problem. Yeah, so auto-encrypt, it will get the encryption key via auto-encrypt.
Oh, you're going to love what our encryption key is on the main server.
Oh, is it the same or different?
No, it's something completely different. It's just an empty string.
That's why encryption's not set up. Okay. Let's turn this off. Let's turn auto-encrypt on. That was... Oh God, I remember doing this in client side. You can't use one auto-encrypt for both the client and the server. They are different blocks.
Well, so you need the same key, surely, or they?
You don't need to care about the key anymore. So not doing auto-encrypt, that can go away. Oh no, we've got auto-encrypt set up here.
We just need to put it into the client then.
Yes. These examples. No, I was hoping for example, I think it's auto-encrypt TLS true as well for the client. I don't know if this needs, if we do need to specify a encryption key. We can find out. Oh, that's probably fine. when it failed to HTTP.
JSFox files.
Well, hopefully this will at least get a client up. Feel like our grand plan of getting Nomad services to register in Consul has kind of been waylaid.
We've gotten too used to having easy, successful streams. It's been a while since we've had one of this troubleshooting.
I think you were talking about it last time, how we're due a difficult stream. So I think this is
It's all
100%
my
your
fault. Yeah. Cursed us.
We finished early last time as well.
We did. So, I mean, we have finished late a number of times, so I don't think we've caught up. I think we're still probably over an hour as our standard run time.
I don't think we have a HR department keeping track.
Yeah. Do we need one?
Surely that's not something you discuss on a public stream if you're considering opening up a HR department.
We would need to be employees of the company for that to matter.
I mean, we're very professional on stream, so we should be okay. The offlines I'm worried about, but we should be all right.
You make it sound like we are quite different people in the rest of the time.
For sure, 100%.
Isn't that normally how it works? You've got to have the on-stream persona.
Yeah.
You've got to sell who people want you to be over who you actually are.
Exactly.
I don't think I've looked too deeply into the psychology of it so far.
But it's the same as just like in a group setting. Like you're never the same person in all your like groups of people you're around. Like you're always slightly different, and well, some people are. Most people are always slightly different depending on who they're around.
You mirror the behavior of the people around you to an extent, which really begs the question of what is you if you're just reflecting other people.
Everyone's just reflecting each other. Who's anyone?
This is meant to be a tech stream, not.
What do you mean? We're waiting for Vault to restart. Is this not the time to get into philosophy?
My head's a bit fuzzy from a busy day. It can just about handle tech. It can't do philosophy. So if you want to do a philosophical debate, you need some like prep and.
Why is Vault taking a while to restart?
The server set, our main server is just if you're
Is it really struggling with?
It was at 150% utilization the last time I looked.
Oh.
So,
Well, that's fun. Maybe running all three services and hitting, because I imagine Consul is actually probably doing quite a bit in the background now. Maybe struggling it.
Yeah, we may be hitting our limit on the size of that node and what everything is on it.
Active. It's currently deactivating. Oh, it's trying to revoke all the leases because it's restarting, which is gonna.
Yes.
Kill -9.
So it was. What was it? It was upset over the weekend. What was wrong with it? I remember Nomad fixed it, but I can't remember what.
We didn't load in the certs into its address, so it wasn't loading any of the certs. So that's now Vault's restarted. So hopefully that's not just had the same problem. Oh no, that did load the training. Cool. It's just luckily the box we actually want to do things is the other box. It's just any time we're hitting our main server, it's so slow.
Yeah, I've left the SSH section that I was in that I'd used to check.
My session's still up. Maybe I should kill it.
Oh, I don't really need mine, so I thought I'd just get rid of it.
Alloy. Vault and Alloy. Oh, it's Alloy that's using up all the CPU. Vault's using a lot, and then Ansible, and then Alloy is using whatever it can get. Maybe, I mean, we should still have Alloy running at some point. Yeah, I mean, it's good to see that like Nomad, like our services are the things that are using the service.
Oh god, it reminds me of like client side. You saying that it's like, oh, why is it running so slow? We've got this giant VM. You open it, and they've got so much bloatware installed from all the different cybersecurity tools to make sure it's safe. That those by themselves use up sort of 60% of the CPU. So you really have a server maybe a fifth the size you expected.
Yep. Yeah, no one tells you about how much space the security tools are going to use, or they'll just roll one out and just load onto all servers without making sure that servers have space for it. Okay, we run console base. Console common didn't have anything. No, I deleted the old encryption key. The old encryption key doesn't exist anymore.
I can see each of your Ansible runs and the
is this
utilization logs. Yeah.
I mean, that's Python's currently using 20%.
Top hit, we got to 180.
It's funny, you can see when Ansible is picking this node, because Python will suddenly jump up to the top.
Fair enough.
It doesn't do anything at all, suddenly it does something. So that's where we start. On console base. So this shouldn't, well, this now doesn't have encryption. So that doesn't work. But hopefully now we'll get the auto encryption set up. And then it'll be happy. Oh, I just want the server first, though. Obviously, wants the server first.
Oh, I'm slowly breaking everything.
Oh yeah, I cleared all the auto join out of the server config. We start the server. Oh, come on, server. You can do it. There we go. So it's added the config, bootstrapping. Oh, there's not a restart on the console client. It added the config, bootstrapped, and now it's running my base.
That's weird.
I mean, there is the handler. We just haven't written.
Oh. No, I think we did it the lazy way when we were building the Packer image.
Oh yeah.
You can still put it a notify block, but we just need to add the Packer build variable to it so it doesn't generate any of its credentials.
Do it in.
do it in Nomad, and definitely fixed it in a couple of places. Oh no, it's not this project. It's
I know.
one of the work ones.
So
Just
I'm going to
remembered.
manually do it, and we can do
Yeah.
this later. Consul. Status. Auto-encrypts. Insecure established. Invalid argument. Auto-encrypt signed. gRPC. RPC insecure. So I think we may need to specify an encryption key, but that can be a job for another day.
Yeah, I have to work out how to get that out if it's auto gender. I guess we could rotate it and dump it into.
Well, it's not perception yet, or this is because it's not doing it may not be doing gRPC. I don't know. We can. This is the stuff in Consul that I can never remember and is always a pain to do, which is why I'm looking forward to having it set out in a nice way here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pick this up next week. So that will be a little while to debug.
Well, hopefully we'll actually deploy some Nomad services.
Overrated.
One day. Do we have anything we wanted to discuss in regards to like what we did yesterday, what's coming up, anything exciting, any new news before we call it a day?
I don't think so.
You all good?
All right.
Yeah. Till next time.
Yeah. All right then. Thank you all. So we might be streaming on Monday. We might not because it's bank holiday for us here in the UK. But other than that, yeah, it's been lovely. Don't forget to follow us, like, subscribe, and yeah, keep in touch. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. I preferred the energy. You missed all the talking points.